Hello friends and welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So have you ever used a single remote to control different devices like a TV, AC or music system? That's the real world essence of polymorphism. In Java, polymorphism means many forms, the ability of a single function, method or object to behave differently based on the context. It allows you to write flexible and reusable code, making your programs smarter and cleaner. For example, imagine a method called draw. With polymorphism, that same method can draw a circle, rectangle or triangle depending on the object calling it without changing the method name. So in this video, we will be learning about polymorphism in Java, and I hope you will be enjoying this video. If you understand this video and if you enjoyed this tutorial, so remember to hit a like, and if you are new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's dive into it. Alright, so we are in the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I will be telling you that what is polymorphism in Java and how we use it when we are working with polymorphism in Java. If we talk about polymorphism, so first of all we need to understand that what is meaning by this word polymorphism. If we talk about polymorphism, so polymorphism means many forms, and it occurs when we have many classes that are related to each other by inheritance. Like we specified in the previous chapter, inheritance lets us inherit attributes and methods from another class. Polymorphism uses those methods to perform different tasks. This allows us to perform a single action in different ways. For example, think of a superclass called animal that has a method called animal sound. Subclasses of animals could be pigs, cats, dogs, birds, and they also have their own implementation of an animal sound. The pig oinks and the cat meows, etc. So it is just telling me that, like in the previous video, I have told you that what is inheritance in Java. So you can just say polymorphism is related to inheritance, because in inheritance we have learned that there are two concepts which we normally should be knowing about inheritance if we are starting with it. One is subclass and second is superclass. So in polymorphism as well, we use those methods to perform different tasks. How we do that, we will be just seeing in this example which we have here down. So how we are just using these examples just like this. So here, like if I want that this Java program should be making a you can say animal noise. So how it should be making, first of all we need to just define the class of an animal, or if you want to define any other class you can do that, because the main thing is to define the name of the animal. Here you can use any animal name you want to here. So if I move down, there is another way that how you can just use this class. There is another class which we have created in which I have written my animal name as dog, and then I have also written like the dog says, and then I have written the dog sounds like this. And then if we move down, so here one note is saying me that remember from the inheritance chapter that we use the extends keyword to inherit from a class. Now we can create pig and dog objects and call the animal sound method on both of them. Like if you want to create two animal objects, and if you want to call both animal objects with animal sound method, so you can do that by using this animal sound method on both of them. And this is the example how we are using it here. So before just using these all example, obviously we need to just open a text editor, and as you know in the previous videos we were just using NetBeans IDE for working with Java, and we were running all the codes in Java using this NetBeans IDE, and I will prefer you to use it if you are a beginner starting with Java, because it has all the features, all the things which a beginner needed if they are starting with a language called Java. Or you can just use any other IDEs as well. If you are an advanced level programmer, you can just use Eclipse, or you can also use PyCharm. PyCharm is for Python, but you can use it for Java as well if you want, but only if you are a beginner. Or if you're advanced level, then you can just work with Eclipse as well. I think it is also a good IDE for beginners. So you can just see this is the file which we have opened, and in the previous videos as well we were working on this main.java file here, and in this video as well I will be using same file. And now after opening this file, I will be removing all the things which I am getting here, because in the previous video I have told you about inheritance, and I hope you understand each and everything which I have told you about that. So in this video as well, we need to just use some methods of inheritance here in polymorphism, so that we can just use the animal sounds here which we want to add here. So I will be removing all the things here like we were doing, and then moving on to my Word document, I will be just copying this example here, and then I will be pasting it here in my NetBeans IDE. After doing it, I'll be just changing the animal name. You can also change the animal name if you want to, and then I can just write here like cat says, and then I can write the cat sound like this here. You can just see now I'm just changing the sound here, then I'll be saving it. Now it is just giving me an underline thing because I didn't save the file. Now I've done that. If I run this like this by pressing run file, right click, and then you can do if you want to run this file, you can press right click and run file. If you want to if you don't want to do that, you can also press shift and F6, which is the shortcut key to run the file directly, but I will be running it by pressing run file here. After running this file, it is saying me that main does not have any method, so we need to call a method as well if we are running this thing. And to call method, this is the thing that we are just using this class to call the method here. So I will be just copying this whole example now like this, and we are calling method here inside this another class which we have created here, and then moving on to my NetBeans ID, I will be pasting it here. After pasting these all things, I will be just running by file by pressing right click and run file, and you can just see again it is showing me that class main does not have a main method, because again we have not defined that main method function. We need to just call that as well, and for calling that I can just directly move on to my document, and then I can just copy this example in which we are calling both functions again. And now this time we are using this animal sound thing so that we can call the function and we can get the sounds as we want here. So moving here, I will be pasting all the things, and after pasting this, you can just see we are getting these all things working. And now I will be just changing here the name of the animal, like here as well I will be changing, and then I will be changing the sound also of the animal, because animal is different, so obviously the sound will also be different of an animal. Then I will be just saving it, and remember the class which you are writing should be here in this main method as well. And if I show you, this is the class which we are writing, so in the place of it I will be writing cat like this. And if I just show you at the top, now we need to see we have defined same thing here as well. Yeah, I think so. Here I will be changing it to cat. Now I will be saving this thing. After saving, if I just run this file by pressing right click and run file, so you can just see here in the output we are getting the animal makes a sound, and then we are getting an error. Why we are getting an error? Because it is showing me that my cat.animal sound is not defined and it is uncapable source code. So it is showing me because I am just writing here this thing. If I am using cat, so obviously here as well I need to define cat now. If I run it, so now you can just see we are getting animal makes a sound, the cat says meow, and the dog says bow. So like this we are getting both animal sounds here as we have mentioned in our strings, and that's the way that how you can use polymorphism. And we are also using the same method of subclass and superclass as we were just working with inheritance when we were just using these all things. In polymorphism as well, we need to understand that how we can use those methods. And this is one note which is saying me that why and when to use inheritance and polymorphism. It is useful for code reusability, and you can also use reuse them in attributes and methods of an existing class when you create a new class. So you can do that as well, and you can just work with inheritance and polymorphism like this, and that's the way to do, and that's the way to work with it. So I hope you understand how we are working with polymorphism in Java, how we are using inheritance concepts like superclass and subclass. That's the way to do that in object-oriented programming when we are working with Java. So if you have understand this video in which we have learned about polymorphism in Java, so remember to hit a like to this amazing video. And if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I will be uploading in future. So just I will be meeting you next tutorial or in next project using Java. So for today, goodbye.